All right, all right. Welcome to the Dad's Club Clubhouse. My name is Jeremiah, and I'll be your host today. Now, every dad has a story he doesn't tell. The one that was before the kids, before the title, before anybody needed him. This isn't a podcast about being perfect. This isn't a podcast about parenting hacks. This isn't a podcast about making people the best version of themselves. This is about being honest. This is where dads come to tell the truth, not to look strong, but to stay standing. Welcome to the Clubhouse. All right, guys. And one more time, my name is Jeremiah, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about why this podcast exists. Now, you've watched men carry everything in silence. I have, you have, everybody knows a man that's doing that. And this all happens behind closed doors, sitting in their cars for 20 minutes before going inside just to prepare themselves mentally for what's going to happen when they get in the door, to leave work behind them, to get themselves in a good space so they can give their family the best version of themselves. Putting in that overtime to keep bread on the table, to keep the lights lit, to keep the roof over their family's head, or just the opposite. Not being able to do that, not being able to bring that food on the table, not being able to put that roof over their heads, not being able to build that life for their family. And the dads are expected to be strong. We're expected to be quiet and dependable and emotionally invisible. And most men, they don't break publicly. They rot in private. Because we are taught at a young age that men don't cry and that emotion is nothing but weakness. But what if I told you that that's all a lie? That as a man, you don't have to suffer alone. The show exists because the silence of feeling alone in this world kills people. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. This is the short, abridged version of what you're going to know about me. Later on, we're going to get to the bottom of that. But I wasn't always a dad, all right? I didn't become a dad until late in the game. I was in my mid-30s. And I had suffered at that time a myriad of childhood traumas, a lot of different ones. And it turned me into an addict early in my life, especially when I found out that I could turn my emotions on and turn my emotions off with the flip of a switch. Addiction, it wasn't a phase to me. It was a lifestyle, a way to survive. And it wasn't just one thing. It wasn't just alcohol or a certain drug. It was anything that would turn me on or turn me off because I didn't like to feel. It was alcohol. It was drugs. It was running from myself, avoiding the people that love me. And I took everyone that crossed my path as hostage. I didn't trust a single soul to love me. They were going to leave me anyways. They were going to hurt me in the end. So why even bother? And what's even more is becoming a dad didn't magically just fix me. It would take me 2 more years of being a father to get to rehab and start what I consider a life recovery. Recovery from everything. Recovery from even myself. I struggled with my addictions for 4 more years before I could finally stop numbing myself and feel and sit in what had happened. My recovery wasn't about being better for me. It was about staying alive long enough to see my children grow. So I could bounce my grandchildren on my knee, so I could walk my daughters down the aisle and give them away. This doesn't make me an expert. I'm still working. I don't practice perfection. I practice growth. It's that growth mindset. And I still struggle every day. Every day is a learning opportunity, is an experience that I'm able to find a new way to feel. And I'm finally starting to trust others to love me. And this is 10 years into my marriage, as well as learning to love myself the way I loved getting high. This mic isn't a pedestal. It's a chair for me to sit back on and share my story and hope someone else hears it and knows they're not alone. This show itself, I want to be very clear on what this show is about. This is long form, deep conversations. There'll be no interruptions. There'll be no editing out the hard parts. No stopping when people start crying. No rushing to fix people and send them on their way. This is a space for men to say anything they never said out loud. And what this podcast is not, it's not therapy. It's not that hustle and flow culture. It's not influencers. No nonsense like that. No man up talk. No, get it together, pull your britches up. We are here just to listen, to share with you the struggles and accomplishments that dads go through to be the best version of themselves. And I want to give you an invitation. I want to send a message to the dads that went through hell and the dads that are still going through it. If you're thinking about reaching out, do it to anyone, to your preacher, your best friend, a family member, or even a licensed therapist if you have the opportunity and the ability. And if you don't have the words yet, that's okay. Because as soon as you open your mouth, you're going to know exactly what to say. Because you don't need the perfect story. You just need honesty. I also want to let you know that our guests aren't performers. They're not paid podcast guests, nothing like that. They're just dads with battle scars and brass. Because our door is open both ways for men to come and men to go. That allows them to say what they want to say and keep what they don't. But honesty is all we ask for. Expect the unexpected, but always expect honesty. Now, this show is going to get loud sometimes. And sometimes it's going to get so quiet it's deafening. It's going to get emotional. It's going to get raw. Because this is uncut honesty. And this will always be real. Because this is Dad's Club. And these are the untold stories. Again, guys, I'm Jeremiah, and I want to thank you for tuning in. And thank you for lending us your time. I look forward to sharing our stories, our experience, our strength, and our hope with all of you in an effort to help someone feel not so alone. Welcome to our Clubhouse.